Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
But I don't think that was necessarily an Ohio
I
thing.
know, but it just seems like now that I thought about it.
I don't know. I guess we did make a little noise. We ain't got nothing to do with it. Cows and horses and farmland. Closest titty bar was out on the interstate.
It was. She was trying to tip cows for exciting.
And she knew how to tip for
I
something.
never did that. No, I don't even know how to do it. Sounds
It's
funny.
fun because it's dangerous.
I'm surprised at you doing something dangerous. So what's the dangerous part about it?
Because the motherfucking cow come up behind you and kick your ass. You figure any animal who's got legs this big and a motherfucking ass this big, you know, he can probably do something to you. You
Oh,
piss him off.
serious.
You know, so if you trying to run away and you slip and fall in a cow panty,
Oh, yeah, so well.
blind, but besides having a face full of shit,
You get a hook in your
that
face.
motherfucker, they
skull,
stomp
man.
your ass. This motherfucker would be a stompede. They'll stomp your ass for real. Like, you be hurt. You be hurt. You
That's
know.
why I can't get on those guys that run through the street and spam. You know, first of all, it's too many people. And anything, when you fall down.
Man, what's that excitement about it?
I mean, I know they get a rush.
You
They got a rush because
real secret.
when I was young, I would have done that. And see, now, I was just thinking about the other day, I got an email from Silty week before the week of the reunion. They want to get together at this field in Suffolk and jump. And I'm like, girl, I ain't got no desire. Used to be a point in time, love to be doing stuff like that. But now, the older I get, I ain't trying to do that, man. I want to live to see my grandchildren. You know?
So then you be like Bush.
And that's when I see Bush Daddy doing that stuff, I'm like, ooh, yeah, that's cool. 70 years old, still jumping out of a plane. But then I think about it.
You figure you can do it, man. You used to do it every day.
I never jumped.
Oh, yeah?
Never jumped.
Oh, well, that's
Back then, the
different.
boat guys didn't
That
do it.
wouldn't be starting nothing new right there.
Back then, the boat guys didn't do it. They do it now.
Mhm.
And I wanted to do it. I volunteered to go. The closest I ever got was the windmill, where you're training, you know, and you're in that windmill. That's the closest I ever got.
I got parachute one time. I was in Hong Kong. You know,
You did?
yeah, it was on this trip they had in Hong Kong. On 11,000 feet. That was supposed to bring the baby.
So you got one
Baby
jump.
height. Yeah, I got me one nice
That was a
jump in.
static jump,
I
right?
wasn't doing no work. Yeah, because as soon as I came out, the cord was hooked on to the fire. So as soon as I jumped, the parachute up. It was cool. It was a nice little float down. You know, fell in the water.
So you flew.
No big deal. And that was the only reason I did it. So I could do it. So I could say I did it. Everybody else was,
People just assume that I have. I don't tell people I have because, you know, at least I would think, how can you be special warfare and you never jump? When you think about it, all special ops jump.
Yeah, that's part of being special.
Yep. But as boat guys, we do. Like I said, now we do.
You can't take a damn plane to get to the secret agent place. You know, hey, use your passport and shit. You know, yeah, you got to get into some other shit.
Then my last time in the world, I think they started in the late 80s. They started dropping boats from kilos and things. That was cool stuff.
Yeah, that's when what helicopter was 53 that opens up in the back and shit. But that flew up now.
They jump out of those.
It was air flew up now.
But actually being 20,000 feet up in the air and free falling out, man, I never tried that. I wanted to.
Yeah, I just see some. Same. Go down to Kitty Hawk. Hang glide.
I ain't trying to do that right now. I used to want to do that.
Well, me and do that with your kid.
Everything changed when I got my knee injury. I just started thinking about a lot of things. And I'm like, everything that I've ever done, it's always had a serious risk to it. But I guess that's what made it exciting. And just to say that I've done it. Because I've done things that a lot of people hadn't done. But now, the older I get, man, I'm like, fuck that. That was just all ego. dangerous thing I do now. It's not dangerous, man. It's, you know, I still like to mix it up with somebody to spar. You know, when we get together and do martial arts, I still like doing that. But and that's the danger. But I mean, I didn't want to get kicked in front of the head and all that stuff.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I couldn't do that because that's another motherfucker punching me like that. Shit. I don't know why he did it that way. You know what I'm saying? Why you hit me so hard? That shit. Yeah, put me.
And even with that, Jan, I don't. You know, when we practice, most of the guys I practice with, we don't go all out like that. But with Dave Kalinas, I would get his butt.
See, that's what I see. That's why I got that. I get a little malice in there, and they say, "I know my nose is bloody." They say, "You know, pulling them down gloves off, find me a damn break and shit." And
I don't come over territory.
Jen, calm down, man. Now fuck that shit, man.
I never get mad like that.
Yeah, I was thinking I would. That's why I say I wouldn't get into that position. You know, we're not gonna box for the sake of boxing.
And a lot of people all my life, they said, my friends and my relatives, they said, man, you're stupid. One thing in boxing is getting punched. You do that karate, so you gotta watch out for it. Feet and hand, man, nobody kick me in my head. Kicked in my face.
You want to fight me, okay? You just keep your ass away from me, and I keep my ass away from you, and we don't have to
That's what I'm going to be. You have the highest art. The highest art I was taught is your mind. You use your mind, and you'll never usually ever have to get into these situations.
Yeah, I don't want you to know me.
And that's what I teach my kids. I teach them the best self-defense is to be able to outthink somebody. The second level is your mouth, be able to talk your way out and don't talk yourself into stuff. Forget about your ego, you know. And then last resort would be, you know, bad to defend yourself.
I remember when I was a Navy recruiter, I was recruiting back at home where I grew up and stuff. And
that's not where you burned the place down.
Yeah.
Oh, that was in your hometown.
Yeah. And some of the cats, some of the big bully dudes, you know, there were big bully dudes when I was little, you know. They said Jan's a punk, Jan's a sissy, you know.
You should get picked on.
That was cool with me, you know. That was my name, Jan. You can say whatever you want. And, you know, I ran into a couple of them. I was back recruiting for a long time. So I ran into a couple of them. I remember one dude said, "Yeah, doing all right now. Should have been picking on him when they was little. They said, you know, they said, yeah, man, look at him and said, yeah, y'all popcorn asshole. Y'all sorry then, y'all sorry now." So, you know,
like, still doing the same thing.
Ain't doing nothing, you know, ain't doing nothing. You know, working at the local factory, you know, waiting to get laid off.
That's something, man. Well, we may not be millionaires or anything, but when you think back, I know they say you shouldn't compare, but I think that's human nature. When you think back to the people that you went to school with, we are doing better than a lot of it. Because, you know, that's why.
You know, and it's really not even, because you say you shouldn't compare, so you wouldn't say better, you just say doing, because most of them aren't doing anything. You know,
yeah,
and that's really what's different.
Around there.
Right, you know, they're not doing anything,
living
and
for
you
the
doing
weekend,
something.
to get high jobs, working at a factory mill, and that's their life.
Yeah.
I just, man, I didn't want my I just did not want that. I had to get away because I said, if I don't, I'm going to mess around and get somebody pregnant, and then I'm going to be stuck.
That's always first, too.
You know, and I just couldn't, so I got away. And I do not regret it, brother. Do not. The only thing I do regret is after my short sea dude, my uncle, who was down in North Carolina, he was in New York, and he said, if you get out, if you come stay with me, I'm on one condition. I said, what's that? He said, go to school, and I'll pay for it.
That's a hookup.
And he was upscale, man. He lived in Mount Vernon, New York, right around the corner from Debbie Allen. A couple of blocks away from Heavy D's parents. A little over a mile or so away from this house that Stephanie, you remember seeing Stephanie Mills? Brought her family. I mean, he lived in an affluent area, and he started off at Pan Am headquarters as a dishwasher right after he got out of the Army back in the 40s or whatever. Worked his way up, and when he retired, He was the manager of the engineering department. So that right? Something like that. Engineering.
Well, somebody else that worked for Pan Am at the time.
And he retired, Jan, a year before they went under. They filed the bankruptcy. 19 years in Parliament. He got full retirement. Didn't get married until he was 41. And that's who I tried to model myself after. I'm glad I didn't go to that school. But, he's really my father. He's the one that really raised me up with my mother and father. Because he came to live with me and my mother. And that's who I grew up seeing every day. I think that's probably when I went to the military, because he went to the military. He was in the Army. So I chose the Navy because it was a Navy recruit. He came by, and it wasn't that I was interested in the military. It was a way I can get out of, I think it was a math class. Saturday night, and listening to the guys and all, and me and my friends. And on the part of his whole spiel that I was interested in. After he got through talking about the Navy, somebody asked, so what kind of places? You talked about travel. What kind of places have you been to? He broke out his phone. Because I was the kind of guy that would just stare at National Geographic magazine. My mind would just go off looking at National Geographic on television. I was always a dreamer and an adventurer. He broke out his phone. I saw these pictures of Spain, Mexico, Germany, and this place and that place, and Hawaii. Man, that's what I want to do. And so me and it was 9 other people. We said, hey, we're going to sign up. Out of all of us now, I'm the only one. We were all supposed to come in and play the program. And the only reason why I went in, man, was to travel the world, meet different kind of women in this world. And get paid to do it.
American dream.
Yeah.
Yeah, legitimate objective.
Okay, so what's next now?
All right.